Hello and namaste. Welcome to our channel, Eclectic Skies. I'm Lucy. I'm here with my wonderful boyfriend Tom. I'm so happy he's with me.
Hi, everybody.
Do you ever feel lifeless or empty inside? Do you ever feel like you're low on spiritual energy? It might be that you need to recharge your spiritual battery. I had that happen to me earlier this week. It's happened throughout my life, of course. It's been happening less since I've started my spiritual path, but once in a while I still get these states of being where I feel low, I feel drained, I feel disinterested in my life. I feel like I don't want to do anything, and I just feel a little sad and a little empty inside. I feel like there's some skies within my mind that are overcast with gloomy clouds. So it happened to me this week, and I used some measures to help myself to recharge and reignite my inner light. And I decided I really want to share what works for me, and I wanted to get some input from my honey on what works for him, and we just want to share our tools with whoever cares to listen. So, number one, the first step in recharging your spiritual battery is self-acceptance. First, and it might sound a little counterintuitive, I'm not sure, it might sound that way, but the first step really is self-acceptance. I need to accept that I'm not feeling too great. I need to accept that I'm feeling empty, or that I'm feeling a little low on my spiritual energy, because if I pressure myself to feel great, I'm not going to feel great. Self-judgment, negative self-judgment and resistance causes tension, and that causes stress, and it does not allow positive energy to flow. So what I always like to do is tell myself that it's okay, that I'm not feeling too great. This is not who I am. It's just a certain feeling that I'm having within myself. And it's very good to have a balance of accepting that I'm feeling low, while at the same time taking measures to fix it, but in a non-judgmental way. And that paves the way to a transformation without pushing it on myself. Second step for recharging the spiritual battery is to rest the body and to rest the mind. A lot of times, I could be feeling tired physically and or mentally, and that's going to affect every other area of my life, and it's going to make me feel like I'm spiritually empty inside, when really I just need to get some rest. And to rest the body as well as the mind, I like to do what's called a meditative nap, in which I lay down, I close my eyes, and I declutter my mind by telling myself that whatever I'm worried about, my higher power will help me to find a solution. But part of that solution is to allow some time to rest. And as I'm going to sleep or entering my nap zone, I tell myself mentally positive things. I mentally say positive things to myself to reprogram my mind as I'm going to sleep. And then lots of times I'll wake up feeling very refreshed. When I was feeling down earlier this week, I went to bed a little earlier than usual, and as I was going to sleep, I was telling myself that it's okay, I'm feeling this way, I'm going to get some rest, tomorrow's a new day. And I woke up the next day feeling so much better, and then I did some prayers and some affirmations, and that also helped me to feel much better, which I'm going to address that too in a little while. The next step is to look at my notes. Third suggestion for recharging your spiritual battery is to do an energy recharging meditation. Something that helps me is to close my eyes, picture a beautiful place in nature, and imagine I'm drawing in positive energy from that place, or to think of a beautiful little sun within my soul, beautiful and golden, and to just focus on that for a while and just let the positivity emanate from that mental imagery. Suggestion number 4 for recharging your spiritual battery is to do a simple, pleasant task like coloring. I have coloring books with beautiful mandalas and just, nice detailed imagery. The adult coloring books that seem to be in fashion lately. P.S. Even if they weren't in fashion, I would still be using them. And, just doing a simple act like coloring, or, maybe doing a little bit of cleaning, something simple that you like to do while thinking positive thoughts and not pressuring yourself can really recharge your spiritual battery. Number 5, I think I'm on number 5, right? Number 5, yes. Fifth suggestion for recharging your spiritual battery is to read some inspiring literature and look at some beautiful pictures, which ties in with meditation, focusing on positive mental imagery, but it's also good to look at some physical pictures outside of you in a book or online. Just look up beautiful pictures, photographs of nature or paintings by artists that you like, and reading some beautiful words from an inspiring book. Sometimes you need fresh input to come in. Fresh input, and then your mind processes it and generates the output in the form of an increased level of spiritual energy, an increased level of joy, inspiration. Inspiration recharges our spiritual batteries. Number 6 is actually a few things in one. We discussed this in a previous video. Feel free to check it out. And it's an acronym that my honey came up with. PGPC: prayer, gratitude, positive affirmations, and calling spiritual buddies. I like to use prayer to recharge my spiritual battery. I have a higher power. I choose to call him Divine Spirit. Some people like to use the name God. I like to use Divine Spirit. It's personal, whatever works, as long as that higher power is loving and caring. And I like to pray to my higher power and say, Dear Divine Spirit, thank you for filling me with your loving light. Thank you for helping me to recharge my spiritual battery. And I imagine beautiful, colorful lights streaming down from Divine Spirit into my body and into my soul. And that helps a great deal. And I also need to trust that this is working, and I need to trust that my higher power loves me, and my higher power supports me being happy and energized. And my higher power is a source of healing and joy and inspiration and love. And positive affirmations are wonderful. Like I said in the previous videos, that positive affirmations are positive thoughts that we believe in, and that leads to positive emotions and positive energy. And you can use some positive affirmations that you created on your own for the purpose of increasing your spiritual energy, recharging your spiritual battery, reigniting the inner light within your soul. And some affirmations that I suggest are, I have beautiful life energy coursing through my veins, and I have an inner light within my soul, and I only need to activate it. You see, that inner light is there within us, but sometimes we are not in tune with it. Sometimes we have not tapped into it because we're distracted by feelings or thoughts of doom and gloom. But that light is still there. Just like the sun is still shining even on a cloudy sky, that sun is still there behind the clouds. And by the way, cloudy overcast skies are still beautiful. They do have their own beauty, and that's another way to recharge your spiritual battery, is to change your perspective. And a great way to change your perspective is gratitude. I'm going out of order, I just realized now. I'm doing PPGC, prayer, positive affirmations, and gratitude, and calling a spiritual buddy, but that's okay. You gotta have fun. You gotta laugh at yourself. So yeah, gratitude. When you make a gratitude list and you realize all the wonderful things within you and within your life, that'll pump you up. It pumps me up a lot. And calling a spiritual buddy. One of my favorite spiritual buddies is this guy right here, my wonderful honey Tom. I'll call him up, I'll say, I'm not feeling too great today. I'm still grateful for my wonderful life, but I'm not feeling too great. And then, he'll help me to give me support. And when you call the right people that are on a spiritual path with you, you can reinforce each other, you can make each other laugh, you can talk things through.
Yes.
Give each other positive energy, and that always makes me feel so much better when I talk to my wonderful honey, my aunt, my friends. I have wonderful people in my life. guess this is number 7.
I think you're right.
Another
7.
suggestion. I mean, PGPC, that's 4 things in one, but I'm counting that as one set to use together. And so, number 7 is sit by a window and look out at a beautiful view. Sit by a window, look at the sky, just daydream. Just take in some deep breaths and just daydream while looking out at nature from a window. Or, leading into number 8, go for a walk in nature. Go to a park, go to a beautiful area that you love. Go by the water, go into a wooded area in the park, and just breathe in the beautiful air, take in the sunshine, and that will definitely rejuvenate you. Nature is beautiful artwork created by Divine Spirit. Go out and enjoy it. Suggestion number 9, think of something you look forward to. If you can't think of something, come up with something. If you don't have something on your to-do list that you look forward to, add something on your to-do list that you're going to look forward to. Your life is yours. You have the right and the freedom to do things that you enjoy and look forward to them. Go the other direction and think of stuff that you've done or things that you've experienced already that you really enjoyed. Know that those memories are a part of you forever, and enjoy those memories a little bit. Think, oh, I accomplished this and that this week or a few months ago, or I remember that wonderful trip I took with my friends. Think about those things. That'll reignite your spiritual battery too. It works for me. And and number 10?
I think 10, yes.
10. Number 10, I think, is to make a mental list of your qualities that you like about yourself. Think of some stuff about you that you like. That's going to reignite your spiritual battery and your self-esteem, and it's just going to make you feel good, Like, for example, I love the fact that I'm a nice person and that I'm creative and that I'm spiritual. These things make me happy. It's good to have a healthy pride in yourself. And the number 11, give yourself permission to have positive energy. You're allowed to feel good. Remember that. And going back to the acceptance, it's okay if you're feeling a little glum. This too shall pass. But give yourself permission to take some measures to feel better, and don't set a time limit on it. These methods might work right away. They might work in a few hours. They might start kicking in the next day. Sooner or later, it's going to work. When you practice these principles, they will work. And last but not least, enjoy some rejuvenating stretches. It feels really good to have a good stretch. Get some exercise, do some walking. You can go for a walk while listening to uplifting music. These are all things that recharge my spiritual battery.
Look at that. You were beautiful, honey. I love
Thank you, honey. Honey, you got anything you want to talk about how you recharge your spiritual battery?
Well, you know what? Lucy just gave you a ton of good stuff to do. You know what I like what you said was give yourself permission to feel good about yourself, and give yourself permission to recharge. I just want to add, again, honey, you really covered a lot of wonderful, wonderful suggestions for everybody, on how they can recharge their batteries. Right now we're actually looking at a beautiful water and the beach. We're actually overlooking the water and the beach.
Yeah.
That's always a nice way to, for myself, to just kind of take a few minutes to chill out and look at the birds, look at the water. But hon, when we go on our trips, that's another great way to recharge.
Oh yeah.
That's how we recharge our batteries. We go on the trips to down south, and it's terrific. It's wonderful, and it always leaves me feeling more energized and ready to take on the world.
We have adventures.
So you had great things. I like the thing that you said where to rest. Sometimes I need to rest and get some sleep, so I can feel more energized. But no, you were terrific. I think you had a lot of great suggestions.
Thank you.
And thanks for hanging out. I love you too, honey, and thanks for hanging out with us today. And I'm probably gonna re-watch this video just to take in all the things you said, because you know what, they were good.
Thank you.
Yep.
Ooh, another thing, like one of the things that I look forward to is making these videos with my honey. Oh, it makes me
I
so
love
happy.
you too.
Oh,
I love you too,
so
honey.
much.
And
Oh, let's maybe we can just show the people a brief view of where we are, because we actually are in a beautiful place in nature. Like my wonderful man just said, we actually are filming this in a lovely place called Floyd Bennett Field.
yes.
And it's by the water, a little bit of beach, it's away from it all, and it's very lovely. And we do come here to recharge. You know, when we can't go on a long trip down south, we'll take a little mini trip in Brooklyn and find like what my honey calls pockets of serenity. Where we
Right.
go and we recharge this way. And we'll film a video, we'll have great conversations, and we'll drink some coffee. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Drinking coffee is a great way to recharge your spiritual battery.
Amen.
For homework, go drink some coffee or some tea while thinking some positive thoughts and see how you feel. Give it a try. And let's show them where we are.
Sure. Okay, we're gonna go out now with the old camera here.
Yeah, just a little brief
Sure.
view.
We're gonna give you a little view, bird's eye view. Thanks, honey. I love you. And yeah, just leave some comments in the section, you know, for Lucy and I, and we'll try to get, you know, back to you, answer them. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, come on board, join us.